Hey, hey guys. Um, this is gonna be different. We are doing a live stream where we're gonna be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is the recent DCEU movie, of course, directed by Zack Snyder. Um, it's 4 hours long, so I really wanted to kind of give you guys this live stream where I talk about it in great detail versus me trying to rush through it and get through certain parts in like a 20-minute review, because that's no fun. We want to do this like where I cover everything. And such a big movie as Snyder Cut definitely deserves it. So, um, yeah, if you haven't seen Snyder Cut, of course, this is going to contain some spoilers for that. Yeah, as people will be circling into the chat here, I assume I I'll assume that they've seen the Snyder Cut. So feel free also if you're in the chat to say hello, because yeah, it's good to see you guys here. And this is probably my first live stream in a while, so actually in like 2 years actually. So this could go a number of ways, as I say a lot in my Hitman videos. But I see we got 2 viewers. Say hi, guys, in the chat. We got our chat going here. I don't have streaming software, unfortunately. I wish I did, but um, yeah. So, Snyder Cut. So, this movie is really, really good. Hey, Brittany. Oh my God. Hi, we're talking about I'm talking about the Snyder Cut. I'm not sure. Have you seen the Snyder Cut? Um, okay. Well, this contains spoilers, so I'm not sure if you want to stick around. So I understand if you leave, but yeah, just gonna be diving into my thoughts on it. Actually, you know what? We'll do a non-spoiler. We'll do a non-spoiler thing first, going off, and then we'll do a spoiler section. So non-spoilers. Here we go. So the movie really carries itself um in a number of ways versus Joss Whedon's version, where it was very like light and comedic. With this film, it is very dark. We get the drained colors. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Um, so yeah, we can go for spoilers. Um, the characters are kind of way more thought out in this version. The visual effects are way better than Joss Whedon's version, because we don't have a CGI mustache Henry Cavill. That was just no, man. That's horrible. But in all honesty, they really did every character justice in this. Justice League. You see what I did there? Yeah. People hate me. What? Humor. It's the best kind of humor. What? I don't know. Forget I said that. I try and make comedy just off my head, and it kind of doesn't work all the time. But yeah, Superman is done specifically way better than he is in Joss Whedon's version. Also, Cyborg and Flash are two huge improvements in this film. Flash has some actual character depth not unless, um, versus in the Joss Whedon version where he was mainly the butt of the joke. He would just he was the comedic one the whole time, and I didn't really enjoy that because I like to see a little bit of seriousness and comedy with my heroes. That's why Marvel does that so well. With like Thor, I mean Thor, beginning of an Infinity War, he loses Loki and Heimdall, and then he has the previous loss of Asgard and his father, and his whole family is pretty much gone, and he still has some comedic aspects to him. That's the cool thing about Marvel films. They managed to take these characters that have so much loss, but they still managed to, bring some sort of comedy elements to the characters. And in the Joss Whedon version, they didn't really do that with Flash. He was just kind of comedy the whole way through. Um, yeah, the Snyder Cut is way, way better. Um, I would suggest watching both because if you see the major fuck up of the Joss Whedon version, then you'll find the Snyder Cut much more appealing. Upon further watchings of it, if you want to rewatch a 4-hour movie after you watch it, but it'll make it a lot more enjoyable because you'll be like, hey, they did that a lot better in this version. It'll kind of enhance your experience. I found, because just before I watched it, I watched the 2017 Justice League, and I was like, this sucks. And then I went to Snyder Cut, and I was like, yes, because everything about this movie is an improvement, and it's so amazing yet so heartbreaking at the same time that this is going to be its own thing. It's one film. They're not going to expand this universe, the Snyderverse. It's ending with this one film, and that's it. There's no Justice League 2 or 3. Zack Snyder didn't even really want to do another comic book movie, so yeah, he just didn't want to. I don't know why. I guess because of all the drama, not really drama, but the guessing games around Snyder Cut, whether it was going to happen or not. But let me tell you guys, I love it, and I can't wait to see what Zack Snyder, just as a director in general, has for his future, because this is amazing. This is what makes superhero movies worth watching. So yeah, exactly. Not so popular version first, exactly. Brittany. That would be the absolute best way to watch it, because you get to see uh, CGI mustache Henry Cavill. You get to see, Flash being funny. Funny is debatable. And there's actually a bit at the end of Justice League, the final fight, where they've been following this family throughout the whole thing, that are being like surrounded by the um oh my gosh, what are they called? The nightmare bug things. I'm totally blanking on their name. Steppenwolf's, goons, the flying things. Um, they're stalking this family. They're surrounding this family, and then in the final act, Flash saves them, and he's just saying all these different things to them, and it's supposed to be very comedic. But no, that doesn't even hold a candle to what they did with the Flash in the final battle in this version. So Cyborg has the mother box there, and it's about to explode. Everything is about to go wrong, pretty much. Darkseid, the portal is opened. The mother boxes are about to be fully aligned, where Darkseid can cross over to Earth and destroy it all. And Barry has to get to the Justice League in time to stop everyone from dying, because the thing explodes. Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, all of them are dead. All of them get killed by the mother box. But then Flash running and gets to Cyborg in time to bring everyone back and go back in time and revive them. That was one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a DC movie, let alone superhero movie, because the way they handled Flash's character in this was just monumentally different than what they did in Joss Whedon's version. Because we get to see, Flash having some serious talks with his dad. We get to see him saving Iris West, which is one of my favorite scenes of this film, by the way, because it's so artsy the way it's done. He sees the car, and there's like some nice gentle like music playing, like kind of like romantic music, teasing that in the Flash movie obviously they're going to be a thing. So she goes flying, and it's slow motion, and he has to break through this glass. He just touches it and it breaks, and then goes out there, saves her. That was absolutely incredible, and definitely my favorite part of the film. If not, well, no, one of my favorite parts. Sorry, guys. It's 8:30 right now. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you really do. You really do need to bump them on your watch list if you haven't watched them already. Seriously, go watch them, guys, because it is just some amazing content they got pushing out of DC right now. Because we get Suicide Squad this year, and then the Batman next year. Black Adam is sometime soon. I mean, there's some pretty bright things coming for the DCU, but I'll just let you know right now, Zack Snyder's Justice League is my most favorite DCEU film. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful film. It's in every shape and form. There's so many things that Joss Whedon just didn't pay attention to, like they play more into the loss of of Superman to Lois Lane and Martha Kent instead of, the world is mourning Superman, because the 2017 version starts off with, Superman's funeral and the CGI mustache Henry Cavill Superman, because they wouldn't let him shave his mustache for Mission Impossible that year, Mission Impossible Fallout, so they just had to keep that in, and they CGI'd, and it looked like pure dog shite was on his lip. But um, they do something way different in this, where it starts off, boom, Superman is dead, and he's yelling, and the shout of Superman sends out a shockwave that awakens the Mother Box, because the main reason that Steppenwolf and Darkseid can't go to Earth, and why they haven't gone to Earth in all this time, was because they knew that Superman was there, to stop them, because Superman can go through these goons of theirs easy, and he easily stopped Steppenwolf. Hey, Ezio, how you doing? Good to see you. Just talking about some Snyder Cut here for a bit. It's not gonna be a long live stream. It'll probably be like, I don't know, about 30-ish, maybe 40 minutes. I wanted to get all my thoughts into it instead of trying to cram it into a 20-minute video, But yeah, back to the Snyder Cut. The nightmare sequence, is so good. It's so good. There is only a few things that I wanted to see from this movie, and the nightmare sequence was one of them. And I had a feeling like the Joker was going to be a part of the nightmare sequence, because clearly there was no reason for him to be in the main story, so it made a lot of sense for him to be in the nightmare sequence. But it was probably my second favorite part of the movie, where Joker and Batman are talking, and Joker is like, he knows exactly what it's like to lose someone he loves. He's like, a mother, a father, an adopted son, as in Robin, because we get that little mention of the storyline from the comics. I'm sure some of you will be familiar with, where the Joker kills Robin because Batman sent him out there to stop him, and Joker's like, why did you send the boy Wonder to do a man's job? And he gets one of the best quotes of the movie. This is Joker to Batman, how many dead eyes can you look into before you die inside yourself? That hits hard. I'm pretty sure that'll hit hard for any Batman fan or any fan of any of these characters, because we watch these superhero movies to see these heroes fight and save the day, but it's always not going to end their way. We've seen it in Infinity War, and just like Tony Stark says at the end of Endgame, everyone wants a happy ending, but it doesn't always roll that way. And here we get this alternate timeline where Joker, Batman, Mara, who has a different accent, by the way. I don't know what the deal is with that. Cyborg, Flash, and Deathstroke. Deathstroke is in this as well. I like that. Um, they have teamed up to fight evil Superman, and in this nightmare, Aquaman is dead, Lois Lane is dead, and so is Harley Quinn, because Batman mentions that as he was holding Harley Quinn, bleeding and dying, Harley Quinn told Batman to make sure that when he kills the Joker, he would do it slow, so he suffers. And there is some F-bombs in this one, man. It's rated R, just so you know. There's some awesome gore in there. There's a scene where Mara tries to like water bend Steppenwolf, and like his face is like getting like, man, it's like his face is getting pushed off, or it's getting like crushed. There's like blood coming out of his face from getting like the pressure of the water. That was cool. That was a nice move. Um, Another thing is we see some death of the Justice League members, as we see Darkseid. It's all a figment of our characters' imaginations, of course, but um, we see Darkseid kill Aquaman. We see Wonder Woman's family, her sister and her mom, mourning her as her armor burns, as Darkseid's sitting on a throne, very satisfied with the work he has done. That's another thing. Darkseid is so good in this. He's very intimidating. He's not in it a lot, obviously. He's not the main villain. Keep in mind, Steppenwolf is still the main villain. But Steppenwolf has done even better because he looks better. They gave him a cooler voice. He has some better dialogue to him. He has a better death. His death is probably my favorite moment of the entire thing. My number one moment is definitely Flash saves the Justice League and they kill Steppenwolf. And this is how they do it. They have the mother box. It's not, killed them anymore. Flash has brought them back. And he doesn't have his axe anymore, because Steppenwolf has this axe the entire movie that completely wastes a bunch of the Amazons and the Atlanteans. But at this point, Superman comes in, flies down before Cyborg gets killed. Steppenwolf's raising up his axe. He goes, boom! And it just hits the side of Superman, his shoulder. And Superman is just like, not impressed. That was nice. Because when Superman came back in the final fight for Joss Whedon's version, there was a lot of comedy, like cockiness. He was very, very charismatic. And I don't know why, just Superman, the last thing I think of is charismatic. He's just always been kind of like the serious type to me. Maybe that's why I haven't always been like so drawn to him. I've always been more drawn to Batman than Superman, but I don't know. Where do you guys sit on that? Because I've always been partial to Batman more than Superman, but Marvel is probably the better, license or franchise, whatever you want to say, right as of right now, because of just some of the content they've put out with WandaVision, of course, and Falcon and Winter Soldier. And they just announced today that Black Widow is going to be released on Disney Plus for $30 on May 28th, I believe. No, that's Cruella. In July. So that'll be fun. So as of right now, Marvel is edging out DC, but I feel like once DC puts out Suicide Squad, and especially by the time we reach the Batman, there could definitely be a strong running for DC to out edge Marvel, because Marvel has Shang-Chi and some other projects that, I mean, I'm excited for because it's a Marvel movie, but I'm not super excited for like Shang-Chi or Eternals or like, I mean, I guess I'm hyped for Hawkeye. I don't know. But the DC animated movies are good. Those are good. I'm just judging it off of like the DC extended universe, the live action films, because there's definitely been more bad than good there. The The only ones of the DCEU that I really love is obviously this movie, and then Aquaman and Shazam, Wonder Woman. I have a very strong soft spot for Suicide Squad. People hate that, but I really, really love Suicide Squad, and I can't wait for the new one. Wonder Woman 1984, I have my differences with, and then Batman v Superman, um, and then the original Justice League and Man of Steel. I can never get behind those. I can never get behind them. But Snyder Cut is definitely one of the most ambitious DC projects we've seen. 4 hours, because they do separate it. They have it separated in different chapters, so you can kind of watch 4 hours one day, and then you can watch 2 hours one day and 2 hours the next day, pretty much. But yeah, in all honesty, that's my friend calling me, but I'll have to ignore that for now. We'll wrap this up in, I'll say, about 10 minutes. We'll wrap it up in 10 minutes. I think I can get all my thoughts out by then. But yes, so there are some F-bombs and gore in this. Batman literally tells Joker, "I will fucking kill you." So I got goosebumps there, because I don't know, I love Batman whether he kills or not. I love it. Yeah, yep. People in my chat, they're agreeing. Batman is better than Superman. I mean, I do like Superman though, especially with this black suit, because he gets his black comic book suit in this movie, and especially since they spent more time on Superman after he was resurrected, because we get to see him go back on the Kryptonian ship, get the suit. We get a scene with Alfred that was originally in the trailer for Justice League when it first came out, teasing that he was going to be resurrected when this whole thing started. With the original Justice League, there was a bit at the end of that trailer with a cape, and it was Alfred. It was like, "Do I know you?" or something like that, and it was the cape. That was nice. That was a cool reveal, but it turned out to be incredibly crap. That's my phone ringing. House phone ringing. I don't know if you can hear that, but we're gonna ignore that for right now. But things always go right when you want to live stream. That's a fact. Learned that from Drunken Movie Night. People in my chat will understand that one. But yeah, in all honesty, all 4 hours, super enjoyable. It really didn't feel like it was too long of a movie. I didn't feel all 4 hours. The Joker for Suicide Squad was Jared Leto, Brittany, who was in The Little Things. He's going to be Morbius and the next Marvel Fox movie. What kind of Fox? I don't know. It's, yeah, pretty much Fox movie. And the Venom verse, I like to call it. Since actually no, that's gonna be in the MCU, maybe? Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. Michael Keaton was in the trailer as the Vulture, but so yeah, Joker in this version is completely different, and he's done a lot better. He's changed. Obviously, some years have passed. Well, of course, once we get to the nightmare sequence. What's some other things to talk about? Martian Manhunter. He is in this film. He wasn't in the original film, because I don't know why they were just like, we don't want to introduce too many characters at one time. Like, no, guys, come on now. This is Justice League, and you have to have the Martian Manhunter. And it's revealed that he is the general, not the general, I think general or corporal. He was in Man of Steel, and it's been revealed that it was Martian Manhunter in that movie as well. And he goes to Lois Lane's apartment as Martha Kent. Did I say Lois Wayne? I don't know. Lois Lane's apartment as Martha Kent, and he's trying to convince her, the world needs you. Uh, and he talks to Bruce at the end as well, where it seems like they were setting up, of course, Justice League 2, where Martian Manhunter joins the team, and things go awry with Superman, because there was a lot of good plans for Justice League 2 and 3, but we'll never get to see him. It's a shame, but that is just how the ball has rolled. But what is another thing we can discuss? Oh, yes, I didn't even conclude my point on how Steppenwolf dies. So they battle him. Aquaman's getting thrown around. Flash is running around. Everyone's just really getting a piece of the fight, getting a piece of the action. Then Steppenwolf gets pushed through the portal, and as he's going through the portal back to Darkseid, Wonder Woman jumps up and cuts his head off. That is so much better than him getting taken out by his own minions in the original cut. This is such a better death. It's epic. It fits because he's been taunting Wonder Woman. He taunts Wonder Woman the whole movie about how she couldn't do anything about her Amazon sisters dying, and all kinds of stuff like that. Kind of just really edging her on to fight him. And in this moment, she finally gets to kill him. It was fitting that she was the one that got to kill him. And then his head and his body fall through the portal, and Darkseid stomps on Steppenwolf's head. And that was a cool moment. And it kind of ends with a bit of a cliffhanger with the Martian Manhunter. Not only the Martian Manhunter talking to Bruce, but also the fact that Darkseid is saying that we need to start planning the attack. Regardless, if Superman's going to stick around or not, we need to kind of plan this. And he's like, I will have those mother boxes. I will destroy this planet. He's so intimidating. I love it. I don't know who did the voice for Darkseid, but whoever did, they're awesome. And Steppenwolf, both of them. But Cyborg. Cyborg is easily like the third or fourth best character in this movie. They made him the heart of the story, which is what Zack wanted to do. In the original cut, he's kind of just there. There's some stuff with his family, but we don't really get a look into what makes Cyborg tick. What makes him this lost soul, other than the fact that he's a cyborg. We get more story with him and his father, and how his father was kind of never there for him, and we see Cyborg in a football game. He scores the winning touchdown. The team is holding him up, and he's really happy. He looks over. His mom is there, but the last thing that he really remembered before he died that same night in the car accident, before he got turned into the cyborg, was that his dad didn't have the time to show up to his game. And that was a really powerful thing that's going to stick with him, because that was the last thing that he was remembering or thinking about before he died. And of course, his father uses the mother box to bring Cyborg back, and that was a cool scene. Ultimately, he kind of does reconcile with his father a little bit. His father leaves him behind like this little tape that kind of lectures Cyborg on what it means to spend your time in life, what you can do with it, how you can cherish it, how you can treasure it. And that really resonated with the whole theme that Snyder was going for, where Cyborg is the heart of the story. His dad ultimately does die, trying to protect the mother box from Steppenwolf. That was a sad scene, but it had to be done. It had to be done. So salute to Cyborg's dad for taking one for the team. Yeah. I honestly, I covered a lot of that film. That's really, I'm gonna call it at that. So, thanks Brittany and Ezio for hanging out here with me. And thanks for everyone that likes this video, comments their opinion on the Snyder Cut. And yeah, this has been a pretty decent live stream. Probably I may start streaming on Twitch, some Hitman, I'm sure, Minecraft, Fallout 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, really whatever you want to see. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and goodbye. I hit the wrong button.